The first thing that we have to be sure of when we are working with solving using perimeter and area is that we know all of the formulas. And so it's important for you guys to look up perimeter and then even more specifically, perimeter of a rectangle. And then you also need to know some area formulas. So I want you to look up area, and I would find it for, ooh, you could do perimeter of a square up here too. Okay, and then when you do area, I would look up area of a square and of a rectangle and of a triangle. So what I'd like you to do right now is just to stop the video and to look up those formulas. Okay, so once you've got your formulas involved or written down, you can really look at your figures and find the side based on the perimeter, okay? All right, let's say we have a perimeter of 40, and let's say this side is x, and this is x plus 2, and this is 73. Okay, well, when you looked up that perimeter of a triangle doesn't have anything special. It's just add all the sides. So we're going to add all the sides. There's my x. There's my x plus 2. And there's my 73. And those sides are going to equal 40. Once I have those sides, now I can just solve this equation like we did in sections 3.1 through 3.3, meaning I'm going to combine like terms. And then I'm going to get that x by itself. So I'm going to leave my variable on this left side. Oh, I'm going to subtract 75. And 40 minus 75 is negative 35. Then to get x by itself, I'll divide by 2, which gives me negative 17.5. Now, this is ugly because I made it up, so I apologize. You won't have negative answers, okay? I just made it up. That's why it's ugly, okay? But what it'll want you to do after this is it just doesn't want just x. It wants to know your side lengths, okay? So now I'll go back and I'll say, okay, what is x, negative 17.5? What is negative 17.5 plus 2? Well, that would be negative 15.5. And this side, that's just plain old x. We know that. That's negative 17.5. See how I know this doesn't make sense? You can't have a negative side length. And then my other side is 73. Again, the reason why it's negative is because I made it up, so I screwed it up, okay? But the process is right, okay? So that's an example of perimeter. Now, let's say, and you do the same thing. If it was rectangle, you'd use rectangle formula. If it was square, you'd use square formula for perimeter. Okay, and you'd set it up and then solve for your variable and then set back in to find your sides. So let's say we were doing area this time, okay? So this time let's do, let's say we've got a rectangle and he's got a side of 7 and a side of x plus 6. And let's say we know the area is, I should have labeled on that other side. Let's say we know the area is 100 centimeters squared. Okay, so we know the formula for an area of a rectangle is length times width. So in this case, that would be x plus 6 times 7. And we know the area is 100. So now I'm going to solve for x. So we know we need to distribute, which would give me 7x plus 42. And then to get x by itself, I like to move my x to the left-hand side. And then I'm going to move my constant to the right. And 42 minus 100 is negative 58. So then to get x by itself, I'm going to divide by 7, negative 7, sorry. And x will equal 8.29. So remember, that's just x. I want to know my side lengths. Now, I know that one side length is 7, but I need to find my other side. So it was x plus 6. So I'll have 8.29. Yes, I rounded that to the nearest hundredth. Plus 6, which is 14.29 centimeters. Remember, we should be labeling our answer, centimeters. Okay? All right. Good luck.